Have you ever wondered why when you drink you have absolutely no anxiety, but the next day it can actually come back worse? My name is Dr. Vicino. I'm a naturopathic doctor who focuses in neuropsychiatry, and today I'm going to explain to you the connection between anxiety and alcohol and why when you drink you feel really, really good, but over time it starts to get worse. So today we're going to talk about alcohol and anxiety, and to do that I need to talk about an important neurotransmitter called GABA. So our brain will naturally create something called GABA, and GABA is that neurotransmitter that keeps us very calm, cool, and collected. We like GABA because GABA essentially keeps us anxiety free. When we're drinking, the body naturally increases GABA. So that's why we feel like we have liquid courage. We feel like we can do anything in the world because GABA increases. And number two, there's something called glutamate, which is an excitatory neurotransmitter, actually decreases. And with this combination, we start to feel really, really good. But what happens is when the alcohol is out of our system, we get something called the rebound effect. So essentially what happens in the rebound effect is the next day you are hungover, but you also have a depletion of GABA. So that neurotransmitter that was keeping you really calm starts to go below the baseline, meaning if you were already prone to anxiety, it's gonna feel much worse because you're gonna have less of that neurotransmitter in your system. You're gonna have an increase in glutamate, which was previously blocked on alcohol. So now you have an increase in that excitatory neurotransmitter, and you get an addition of cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone. So this is kind of the perfect storm for feeling worse if you're prone to anxiety. What's really important, and I put it here as the important notes, is there's two things that actually happen in the brain when this happens over the long term. There's something called the amygdala, which is essentially our fear center, and there's something called the prefrontal cortex, or the PFC. These are very important. Ideally, with the amygdala, we don't want it to be activated too much because when it's activated, we are on edge, we're more in a fear state, right? And we want that PFC to be working properly because what the PFC does is it blocks that amygdala. It says, hey, calm down. You don't need to be in survival mode. You can chill out. We're good. But over time, when you're drinking a lot, what happens is this amygdala starts to get hyperactive, and this PFC, prefrontal cortex, doesn't inhibit the amygdala as much. So we have this nasty storm of less neurotransmitter to calm us, more excitatory neurotransmitter. We got stress hormone and our fear center going to town. So there's things that we can do naturally if you are planning on drinking to support your GABA system, especially if you are prone to anxiety. And obviously, try not to drink so much because over time, you're gonna feel worse.